Hey guys, Clinton here. So today I'm going to walk you through how to make an outbound call in GoHighLevel using Retell AI. So we are also using n8n to book an appointments directly into our GoHighLevel calendars. So basically here's how the process works. So we ran an ads that lead to like our landing page where there's a form embedded to it. So when a lead signs up through the form, so our Retell AI agent automatically calls them, qualifies them, and then books an appointment directly in our GoHighLevel calendar using n8n. Alright, so this is basically our form right now. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fill out this form, and from here, once we submit this form, so the AI could be able to like call us automatically. Alright, so now that we have it in here, so all we need to do is to just click on submit, right? So we're gonna click on answer.
Hey Clinton, Pam, you've been juggling a lot of scheduling. Want to chat about how a VA could help with that?
Yes, absolutely. So by the way, could you please let me know what is my email address?
Hey Clinton, Pam. Perfect, thanks for hopping on. Quick heads up, the email I have on file from your form is clinton@makeupro.com. Does that look right to you? Also, just to get us rolling, looks like you're managing 20 clients and mentioned your biggest challenge is getting a good VA so you can delegate more. Is that still top of mind?
Yes, that is still top of my mind right now.
Got it. We'll zero in on getting you a genuinely solid VA so you can delegate with confidence. Quick one, what systems are you using to run things right now? For example, GoHighLevel, Slack, Google Workspace, or something else?
Yeah, I'm currently using GoHighLevel.
GHL keeps things tight. Have you worked with a VA before, or would this be your first time delegating?
This would be my first time delegating, but yeah.
Totally cool. First time delegating can be a game changer when it's set up right. We'll make it smooth. If we found the right fit, do you see yourself getting started this month?
I don't know. I'm still have a lot of questions about your services about it. So hey, do you guys like offer consultation calls?
Absolutely. We can hop on a quick consultation call and walk you through everything, how matching works, what a GHL savvy VA can handle, pricing, onboarding, and how we support first-time delegators so it's smooth, not stressful. If tomorrow works, I've got two simple options, morning slot, afternoon slot. Which one feels better for you? And just to confirm, are you in the same time zone as your phone area code, or should I note a different time zone?
Yeah, I'm still in the same time zone as my area code, yeah.
Let me check on that for you. Great. I've got two options for tomorrow in your time zone. Morning, 11 o'clock a.m. Afternoon.
Yeah, how about let's do morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, right? So yeah.
Got it. Walking in tomorrow at 11 a.m. your time. Perfect. You'll get a confirmation by email and text. Great. Talk to you then.
Alright, so alright, nice. So as you can see here that we've already booked an appointment, right? So as you can see here, so when you go to your appointments in here, so we got it in here, so it's already been booked, and then we received this appointment confirmation reminder in here. So yeah, so it's already been successful. So the bot can be able to like check for calendar availability and then like book an appointment directly into our GoHighLevel calendar, right? Alright, so in our GoHighLevel workflow, so we got this trigger in here called form submitted, and when you click that trigger, so we mapped out the specific form in here, so called VA Pro Dream VA form, and from here what we did is we added an action into our workflow called custom webhook, right? So you can add this action by clicking up the plus icon and typing in custom webhook. So here it is, and from here, so we're currently using Retell AI REST API to trigger out outbound calls. So this setup lets us send the data from the form directly into our Retell AI agent. So the agent already has all the context information that it needs, right? Alright, so here's how it actually works. So when you open up the Retell AI's documentation, so you'll see the create phone call endpoint in here. So this is basically a create phone call endpoint. So it's a post method request in here, and then we send this data into their URL, which is this one. So here's basically the provided sample call request. So in here, as you can see here that we send the data to that URL in here, which is this one, and with the authorization we set as the bearer, and also we are using a Retell AI API key in here. So for the payload, as you can see here, we include the fromNumber. This is basically a Retell AI phone number, and the toNumber in here. So this is the contact that we're gonna call. And we also use the overrideAgentVersion in here, this one in here. So which is, I'll show you how to find it in your Retell AI account. On top of that, we are also passing the Retell AI dynamic variables in here. So the AI agent receives the contact details and knows their information before the call. So we're basically using this one in here. Alright, so from here, so we have this URL that we've added coming from our Retell AI documentation, which is this one. So we added this exact URL in here. And then here's the authorization. So we set this to none. And then the authorization, we set this as bearer and then like API key. And right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you could like get your API key from your Retell AI account. Alright, so in your Retell AI account, go to your settings over here, and then click on where it says API keys. Now that you're here into the dashboard, you need to like create or add a key if you don't have one. So click this one in here, click on where it says API key. And from here, there's you got a pop up in here that you could like type in the name of your key, and once you're gonna basically you need to just input your the name of the key in here, and then like click on create. And from here, it's gonna auto generate the API key. And what you need to do next is just grab the key that you have, copy it, and then go back into your workflow, and then like paste this over here, right? Alright, so and also we are using the content type and then like sets to application JSON. So basically you just have to like copy this one in here and then paste this into your custom webhook. Alright, so here's the data right now. This is basically the JSON type of data. So we got this fromNumber. So this is my Retell AI phone number. So the toNumber in here. So what I did is I added the contact phone row, which is the custom variables or like custom values in GoHighLevel. So what I did is I click this up in here, the custom values, and then click on contact. And then basically click on where it says phone row over here. So what's happening when you click this up is going to automatically populate this field over here. Alright, so right now is I'm going to show you how you can like locate the override agent ID. So when you go back into your Retell AI account, so I'm now on my agent in here. So basically what I did is I clicked the agent, and from here you need to go to where it says agent ID, which is this one. So you just have to click this in here, and then like once you click that, it's gonna automatically copy it, and then go back to your workflow, and then paste this over here. This one, you just have to replace this curly brackets in here with the agent ID that you currently have into a Retell AI account, right? And from here, we have this dynamic variables. So I added the contact ID, the customer name, which is the contact name, and all the information in here coming from the form. So what I did is I added this parameter in here, the contact ID. And then I go to the custom values. I click on the contact, and then like when you go down in here, you can be able to see the ID. I click this up, and it's gonna automatically populate this contact ID in here. And the next one is I added the contact name. This is also this one, contact full name, as well as the phone number, which is raw, and then the email, and so on and so forth. This is basically a custom fields in GoHighLevel that I mapped out into this endpoint over here, right? Alright, so now that we've gone over how the workflow works into our GoHighLevel account, so I'm going to walk you through the next step, which is setting up our Retell AI agent into our Retell AI account. Alright, so here's our AI agent backend over here. So when you scroll down, as you can see here, I added the customer information into our prompt. So the AI has context about the contact. So I use curly braces, which is this one over here. So we are using these curly braces to pull in the data from the form. So which is what you call a dynamic variables. So as you can see here, it's basically a variable. So if you want more details about this dynamic variables, you can click the learn more in here. So and it will open up a new tab with an explanation of how it works, right? So in simple terms, so it's just gonna pull in the data coming from our form into your prompting. So the AI has idea or like context about the information coming from the contact. Alright, so basically what I did is I matched this custom like key value pairs over here. So for example, this one in here, the customer name. When you go back to our workflow, so there's this customer name in here. I grab this and copy it, and then like paste this over here, as well as the phone number, the same one in here, copy it, paste this over here, so on and so forth. So now that we know how to give our AI a context about the contact information through the form, so let's move on to the next step, which is connecting Retell AI to book appointments into our GoHighLevel calendar. So in the functions tab, so we only need two functions over here. So as you can see here that we got a bunch of functions, but we only need two. So to let the AI book an appointment for us, so the first step is we set up the check calendar availability function, and the second one is the book appointment function. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this check cal available function here. So we're just gonna click on this one here, right? This edit pencil icon. Alright, so now that we have this custom function open, so as you can see here, we got this couple of fields that we need to fill in. So first one is the name. So you need to like type in check cal avail in here. So this is basically the name of my function, and also we need to add a description for this. So you can see here, use this to check the GoHighLevel calendar availability, and also here it is, the API endpoint. So this is post. So what we did is we added our webhook over here. So for you to be able to like get your webhook in here, you need to go to or like open up your own n8n account, right? So right now, I'm gonna show you how you could like set up a webhook in here, and then like paste this into the custom functions. Alright, so here's the workflow that I have in my n8n account. So for you to be able to like add a webhook, so all you need to do is just click this button over here, and then type in webhook. So here it is. And then from here, all you need to do is just copy this webhook in here, copy it, and then paste this into your Retell AI account. Go to custom functions, and then paste this over here, right? So that's basically what you need to do. And also we have this JSON data, or like a parameters over here. So if you don't know like how to like add these fields or like data over here, there's some couple of examples to it. Just click this one in here. So in my case, what I did is I added this parameter in here. This is the key, which is the appointment date, and the type is a string basically, and I've added this description in here, as well as the time zone. The type is a string, and then the description as well. So feel free to screenshot this in here, so you could be able to like copy it and set this up into your custom functions. Alright, so once you set up your custom functions, you need to go to your n8n account and then create a workflow. So inside of our workflow, we got this two triggers over here. We got the check calendar availability trigger, and then the booking appointment. So the first one is we're gonna check this workflow in here. So basically what we did is we added this date nodes in here. So for you to be able to add these nodes, there's three in here. So you need to go to this plus icon and then like click on or like type in where it says update. So here it is, date and time. So it's gonna manipulate the date and time values into your nodes. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up this node in here, the endDate, and then I'm gonna show you how it works. Alright, so in our date and time function, so what I did is I named this as endDate, and here's the options over here. So I added this operation as add to a date. So you could basically like choose any operations in here, but in our case we are just going to need the add to a date, right? And from here I type in, or like I pull in the now code in here, like a JavaScript. So basically what you need to do is to just type in this curly braces, and then it's gonna automatically populate it for you, or like it's gonna show up. So just basically click this now in here, and then it's gonna automatically populate, just like this one in here, right? And also what we did is this in here, time you need to add. So we set this as days, and then like we also have this duration of days in here, which we set as 14 days, right? And we set up the output field name as endDate. So basically the reason why we add 14 days over here is so we can feed this data into our GoHighLevel API, so allowing us to parse the calendar availability for the past 14 days. And also we're going to proceed to the next node, which is the endDateUNIX over here. So we're just going to open it up, and from here same thing, we added the date and time, and then like we renamed this as endDateUNIX. And for the operation, what we did is we changed this from add to a date into a format a date in here. So just basically choose this format a date, and then from here what we did is we dragged this endDate from our previous node, and then like put this over here, right? And from here I added this as format as UNIX MS timestamp, and then the output field name is we added this as endDateUNIX. All right, so the reason why we format this data as a UNIX timestamp in here is because it's a required field in GoHighLevel. So without it, you wouldn't be able to trigger the GoHighLevel API. So currently we are using the GoHighLevel API to check for the calendar availability into our high-level calendars. Alright, so the next one is the startDateUNIX in here. So just basically click this in here. So basically the same, I renamed this as a startDateUNIX, and then the operation in here, the same one as previously. We have this as format a date. And then from here, we added this now in here, just like the same one as the first node. Then also we set the format to like UNIX MS timestamp, and then like we output a field as a startDateUNIX, right? Alright, so right now we're going to proceed with the next node. This is the HTTP request. This is for the GoHighLevel API that we have. So we're using GoHighLevel API right now to just basically check for calendar availability as well as booking appointment. So for you to be able to like add this HTTP node in here, you need to like click on this plus icon, and then type in HTTP request. So here it is. Alright, so this is basically how it looks like in here. So right now is we already have our HTTP request node. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open it up in here. Alright, so here it is. So here's our GoHighLevel API in here to basically check for the calendar availability into our GoHighLevel calendars. So we got this method over here that is set to post, so we can be able to retrieve the data coming from HighLevel. And also you can see here we have this URL endpoint over here. So basically all you just need to do is to just add your calendar ID in here. And also, as you can see here, that we got this data over here, right? That startDateUNIX and endDateUNIX. This is basically the previous node that we have. So as you can see here, so we got the startDateUNIX. All you need to do is to drag this in here and drop this in here, as well as the endDate as well. So this one in here. And for you to be able to like get your calendar ID, you need to go back into your GoHighLevel account. Alright, so we are in our GoHighLevel sub account. You need to go to where it says settings, and then go to the calendars. So now that you're in the calendar right now, so all you need to do is to just click the ID or like the calendars that you have, and then like click this button over here. So it's gonna automatically copy the ID for your calendar. And then once you copy it, all you need to do is just paste this over here. You need to like remove this curly brackets in here, which is the placeholder for the calendar ID, and then replace this with the of the current ID that you have for your calendar. All right, so the next one would be this parameters over here. So basically, so what I did is I choose this in here is specific headers. So by default it sets to using JSON, but what I did is I added this as using fields below, so it's easier for you to follow. As you can see here, I added its name in here in the header parameters as name accept, and in the value I set this application JSON. Then also I added a new header called authorization, and we added this bear in here, and then the API key. So the API key right now is this is the API key in our GoHighLevel. So right now is I'm gonna show you how you could get your private integrations key in your GoHighLevel sub account, and then so all you just need to do is copy it and then paste this over here, right? So we're gonna go back again to our GoHighLevel sub account. So once you are in your calendar settings in here, go to where it says private integrations, which is this one. Click this up, and then from here all you need to do is to just click on where it says create new integrations if you don't have one. So just click this blue button over here, and then from here we're gonna type in the name. So it depends on what your preference is, but right now we're just gonna name this as calendars, and description is optional. So in here in the scope, all you need to do is to just type in calendars, just like we only need to have the calendars as a scope right now for us to be able to check the calendar availability as well as booking appointments. So we need the calendar scope. So view calendars, edit calendars as well, edit calendars, and then view calendar events, edit calendar events, view calendar groups, and then edit calendar groups. And from here all you need to do is to just click on create, and from here now that you have your private integration key in here, so just copy it in here, copy this, and then go back into your Retell. So once you're in your Retell AI account, just remove this placeholder, and then paste your API key over here into the bearer, and that's pretty much it. And also you need to like add another header called version, and then the version is the 2021-04-15, right? So yeah, so that's basically how you set up your API in here for the checking calendar availability for your GoHighLevel. Alright, so right now we are going to proceed to the next node, which is the code, which is this one. Alright, so for this code over here, so you don't have to worry about this code in here. So I'm going to paste it into the YouTube comment. So all you need to do is to just copy it. So this code in here is what it does is it will convert the data from GoHighLevel API into a readable content. So for the AI, so it could be able to like easy to read. So as you can see here, just the data from our the left hand corner input, we get this data from our high-level API, and in our output in here using the code, so it's just gonna summarize it into a readable type of like data. So for example in here the date, and we get this time, right? So the AI has context about it, so it's easy for the AI to read this data. Alright, so for the next node is we have this respond to webhook. So basically all you need to do is to just click this add icon over here, and then like type in respond. So this is the one that we have right now. Here it is. So I added this as first incoming item, and then I added the response code as 200, then the response headers as content type, and then application JSON, authorization as well, and another header, and then this one in here is your Retell AI key. And also for this availability in here, so this is basically for the previous node that we have, which is the code, which is this one. So I dragged this data output in here from the code. So when you have this output in here, when you test it, there's this availability over here, data. So all you need to do is just drag it or like copy it and then like paste this over here, right? So what's gonna happen right now, this response to webhook, is we're gonna let our AI know that this is basically the calendar availability that we currently have into our GoHighLevel calendar. So right, so basically we're gonna pass this information into the AI, so the AI has context about the calendar availability. Okay. Alright, so now that we know the check calendar availability workflow, so we're gonna proceed with this next workflow in here, which is the booking appointment. So basically all you need to do is go back into your Retell AI. So we got this custom functions again in here, which is book appointment, and then what we did is we added this description. As you can see here, use this to book an appointment into your GoHighLevel calendar, and then from here we have this data over here. So this basically is screenshot this in here. So as you can see here, I added this appointment date and time, the same one as before, and then like the client phone, and so that's basically all the data. So if you don't know how to like add this data in here, you just have to like screenshot this in here, the data that I have. And also there's also a couple of samples in here where you can just edit the data, right? So here it is. So our booking appointment in here, right? We got this webhook in here. We also have this code. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna copy this code and then I'm gonna paste this into our YouTube comment, so you have a copy about this. So basically what this code does is it's gonna convert the appointment date and time into ISO format. So it's gonna return only the parameter for the ISO. So as you can see here, so what we did is all you just need to do is just add a node and then like paste the code in here, and then from here what's gonna happen is it's gonna automatically have the data for the appointment date and time. It's gonna transform it into the ISO format, so which is this one. Alright, so we're gonna click that up. So we're still using the GoHighLevel API right now to book an appointment. So the method is post, right? Because like we're gonna create an appointment right now instead of like getting the calendar availability, but right now we're gonna book an appointment, so it's gonna set to post. And also here's the URL in here, so basically copy it or like just screenshot this in here. And also we have this header parameter. I said this is authorization. We get the bearer and then like API key, and this is basically the API key in your GoHighLevel API key that you get from your private integrations in your settings in your GoHighLevel sub account. And also you have this version over here, and I set this as 2021-04-15. And also we added another so basically what we did is we added a body over here. So once you've set up your header parameters, so you're gonna add a body. So what I did is I added this as form data instead of JSON. So as you can see here, the start time, we have this in here as our previous node, which is this one in here. And we also add another field, the form data, which is the location ID. And then from here, you just need to like add your location ID coming from your GoHighLevel sub account. So all you need to do is go back to your GoHighLevel. You need to go to your settings and then go to business profile over here. So here it is. So now that we have our location ID over here, all you need to do is just click this, like your n8n in here, then like paste this over here, right? And also for the contact ID, so what I did is I add this data in here coming from the book an appointment over here. So this is the contact ID that we have from our dynamic variables. So what I did is I map this out from in here, which is this one, contact ID, and I paste this over here, right? And also we have this calendar ID over here, so it's basically the calendar ID that you have for your sub account. So when you go back to your sub account, right, the settings in here, and then like click on the calendars. So you just have to copy the calendar ID, copy it, and then I go back to your workflow and edit and then like paste this over here. So yeah, so that's basically how you set up your booking appointment function, or like booking appointment API over here in GoHighLevel through n8n workflow. And also as for this code over here, I'm gonna copy this code in here, and then I'm just gonna paste this into our comment section and YouTube. And also we added this response to Webhook over here, the same one as we have for our checking calendar availability. So we have this response 200 over here, and then we have this code in here, the previous codes that we have. So we drag the code in here, and then like we have this parameter, we drag this and then like paste this over here. And we added this response code to 200, content type JSON, and then like authorization key. And this is basically the API key from your Retell AI, right? Yeah, so that's basically the whole setup that we currently have. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give you this free blueprint over here, or like this workflow. So all you just need to do is just copy it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this into a JSON file. So to get this exact workflow that we have right now, so you just need to like click on my community into my YouTube description down below. So it's a free community where you can download some of the blueprints that I have. So it's basically making it easier for you to build the workflow without starting from scratch, right? So yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. And then like if you have any questions, suggestions, or queries, please drop a comment below. And yeah, have a good day. Thank you so much. Bye.